Have you ever wondered what's happening in your backyard aside from what the naked eye can see? Well, the Extension Service's Mississippi Master Naturalist program reveals mysteries and answers questions about our state's environment. Participants receive hands-on training while learning about natural resources and how ecosystems function, as well as their impact on our daily lives. Following certification, Master Naturalists will then share their knowledge with local communities. Whether you wish to promote environmental stewardship, obtain continuing education credits, or simply have a curious mind, the Mississippi Master Naturalist program has something to offer. Adam Ronke, Extension Wildlife Specialist, explains what the program covers.
Our program happens to be 9 weeks where they learn about all things wildlife and ecosystems in Mississippi. They go through the basic training of soils and plants and move into fish, wildlife, birds, and other ecosystems, and what we call paleontology, or the study of fossils. So we learn literally from the ground up what our history is here in Mississippi and all our different soil types, and then we move through plants, mammals, birds, insects, reptiles. After they take the training program, will then become volunteers in their local communities to give back to their communities in educational events. They can give a talk at a library about a specific wildlife species or certain topic, and then also work on wildlife habitat gardens.
Ronke says sessions are held once a week in different regions of the state to show how ecosystems change within just a few hours' drive. He also says the program involves a diverse group of participants.
We have semi-retired and retired lawyers. We have medical professionals. We have stay-at-home parents. We also have a massage specialist. We have people from all walks of life. We even had a mechanic. We had professional biologists come to the course for continuing education, and teachers.
Along with completing the sessions, 40 hours of volunteer service is required to obtain certification. Program participant Mary Wilds says she aspires to serve the community as well as her family.
I have grandchildren, 5, and they are constantly asking, what is this, Mimi? How does this grow? How does a tree make water go all the way to the top? So I can't answer these questions without the proper education, and it would be irresponsible of me not to give them the right answer. I volunteer with the museum now, and I'm interested in naturalizing a portion of my yard, a very large portion, and I've spoken with a couple of the schools, just introducing the idea of them coming and taking over that naturalizing process.
Wilds plans to only use indigenous plants to create a naturalized area that's self-sustaining and habitable for wildlife. Adam Ronke says it's important to understand our connection to the natural environment.
Us humans tend to be a little where we separate ourselves from the environment, where we very much depend on it every day. The closest we probably get to the environment mentally every day is checking the weather in the morning. There's a lot more to deal with than just the weather. We get our food from our environment. We interact with other wildlife species, either directly or indirectly, and understanding how they respond to us and how we can respond to them, and all intertwine and become together and integrated, is really important, not only for their survival, but our survival too. Not only that, but a lot of our economic impact in this state is as a result of wildlife recreation. And a lot of people in the state generally have a traditional value tied to wildlife.
After completing several sessions in the Master Naturalist program, Mary Wilds describes what she found to be the most interesting.
I have no favorites. If it's green, I like it. If it swims, I love it. If it flies, it's great. And if it crawls around on the ground, it's awesome. I am fascinated and can't wait to do even more research on the symbiosis of even something as small as a bug and how it relates to the yard and how the yard relates to the canopy of the trees. Everything that I've learned so far, it just ties in. Beetles are fascinating. Knowing what beetle and what critter is in your yard, do you have a healthy yard? Are there crickets in it? If there's no crickets, well, that's kind of, you might have to wonder about that. The cicadas that are blooming now, blooming cicadas, but what role do they play? If behind the cicadas there's a bursting of a certain type of bird that feeds on the cicadas. Does that happen? The little holes that they crawl out of, does more water fall into these holes and the tree get more nutrients when they have their emergence? All of that, fascinating, fascinating stuff. The different types of fish and how important the ecology of the pond is. To think that a pond and even the trees, the canopy, they all form structures, and each thing lives in its own structure. And you're not going to find a tree-dwelling, a top tree-dwelling critter way down here at the bottom. And if you do, there's something wrong. It's like an apartment. If you live on the first floor, why are you on the 10th floor? And the paleontology part of that was amazing too. The layers of time that exist, and the fossils. That was awesome. It's so important. If you're going to live here, be a part of the community that is the wildlife.
As Master Naturalist, Adam Ronke says program graduates will better understand not only what we as humans can control, but also what we cannot control in our environment.
We have a dramatic impact on the system, and we need to know what our impact is and also how do we plug into the system. As we know, when we have large events like hurricanes and things like that, we kind of get rechecked and realize, oh, we don't control everything. This is for everyday life, and that can range from insects to mammals to birds to fish, our plants, which are very important, trees, all sorts of things, and also knowing about our soils, where our food comes from, where our water comes from, what impacts our water, good, bad, and indifferent, and all the other creatures that are around, like the bees that are buzzing around us here in the garden, how important they are for pollination. And which relates back to our food.
Ronke says understanding our connection with natural resources will help us become better citizens of our communities as well as the planet. I'm Amy Taylor reporting. You can watch this story again on our Farmweek website, Facebook page, or YouTube. We'll have links and telephone numbers there for you to find out more about the Mississippi Master Naturalist Program. You can find them on Facebook or MSUcares.com. Our website is farmweek.msucares.com.
And there will be chapters all over the state?
Right. Whichever area of the state that you live in would dictate which chapter you would be a part of. So this is something that is for everybody that's interested in the environment. If you got kids that are asking you questions and you want them to know the answers, then this would be for you.
And you don't have to be a college graduate?
No, you certainly don't. Just be interested in wildlife and the environment.